Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful Bhava babes. I'm so happy to be here creating this sacred space with you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a part of this. Where are you, my love? Where are you hailing from today? What part of the world are you currently residing in? What part of the network are you? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ingrid H. I'm the founder of the Bhava Spiritual Mission. Here we are, showing up, spreading lots of love. The Bhava Spiritual Mission is a digital church. We are here to help you live in partnership with Spirit. And we do that a bunch of different ways. One of the ways is showing up here every week on this live stream to share a message from Divine Spirit, do some powerful prayer healings, and share some channel messages, some channel readings for a few people who jump on the live stream. Hello, Rebecca. Rebecca is hailing from Boone, North Carolina. Right on. Welcome, sister. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining. All right. So if you're new to the broadcast, here's what we're doing today. I'm going to be grounding us in real short grounding meditation. The reason this is important is we are all opening up big and wide to Divine Spirit today. Not just me, but you and me. Because when we get together, even if we're not in the same room, we're connecting energetically and we activate each other. So all of us pop open a little bit wider than we normally do to Divine Spirit. And so being really grounded with that earth energy, because we are earth beings, when we're grounded, we can open up that much farther to Divine Spirit and reach up that much higher and pull down that much more and make it practically applicable to our lives. And that is the whole point. We live in partnership with Spirit as earth beings in partnership with Spirit. So that's why I do a grounding meditation every day and morning, right? Once we do the grounding meditation, I'm going to open us up with a prayer. And that's when I encourage you to bring forth your prayer into what we're calling the prayer pot. Okay. So you're going to comment your prayer. You can pray for yourself. You can pray for another, pray for a situation, pray for the world, whatever is on your heart. Throw it into the prayer, and we're going to affirm those prayers and do some prayer healings, right? We're all going to use the mighty power of our intention to push that prayer out into the world. And if we don't get it up on screen this time, or you're watching the replay, it's okay. Leave your prayer, leave your comment. Prayer is so powerful in this era, and everybody who sees that prayer is going to affirm that prayer for you, and it's going to push it out into the world. This is a time when prayer is like, God, damn near physical. Like, it is so potent when you drop it into your heart and you move that prayer out. So I'm a really, really big fan of prayer. Every day, pray every day, right? Once we've kind of gone through and done some prayers and done some healings and built up the juice and the energy, I'm going to go into the message for today. The messages are evergreen, okay? They're channel message from Spirit. So when you see it is when you're meant to see it. If you're on live, right, here we are today. We're rocking it together. If you're watching the replay, it's okay. You're meant to be here and you're meant to receive this message today. Once we go in and I'll deliver this message as it comes to me. These are very spontaneous. These usually come to me. This came to me last night, but a lot of times they come to me the morning of our broadcast. So this isn't something that I'm able to map out for the year. You know, it would be great for my brain if I could be like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about for the next 12 weeks, but it doesn't happen. It comes when it needs to come, and it comes in the moment, because that's how Spirit operates. Spirit is spontaneous. It's on a need to know. Even those of us who play in the psychic realm and we see a lot, we sense a lot, we perceive a lot, no one really knows the big picture, the full story, because we're meant to be living in our human experience in this moment. And so that's why I get those messages, I believe, just spontaneously off the cuff. So once we talk about that message a little bit, you know, join in, ask your questions, add to the message. I am one channel for Divine Spirit. Spirit comes through me as clearly as Spirit is able to, based on my ability to be open on the lens of my perspective. So Spirit is going to be able to get things through to you that maybe Spirit couldn't get through to me. And when you leave a comment and you add to the conversation, you expand the message for all of us. And again, for our live viewers and for the people showing up and watching the replay, it is so important that you bring forth your wisdom. You have no idea whose life you might change based on what you're tapping into Spirit. That could be a comment, a memory, a question, whatever it is. Leave it here. I'll bring some of them on. We'll talk about it. We'll go in deeper, and we'll really expand on this message from Divine Spirit. Once I've delivered the overall message from Spirit, I'm going to do 5 readings for 5 live viewers. So you do need to be on the live stream to get the reading. And I'll ask you to leave a comment, and then I will go to who I'm drawn to, who feels like an open line of communication, of spirit communication. But even if I don't choose you to give a direct reading for, spirit is efficient. All right. Spirit will get to you your answers, the answer to what you need to hear through any means necessary. And so if I'm reading for somebody and you're listening to the channeled message that's coming through and you feel something in that message reverberate in your body, that's for you. Spirit is talking to you as well as to the person who I'm connecting with directly. So stay tuned for that and know that with you set your intention, you say that prayer, you ask divine spirit for guidance, spirit will give that to you. And spirit will give it to you through the path of least resistance, right? Into the cracks of however it can get there. So thank you so much. I see some prayers coming in already. That is really exciting. Hi, Sue. Oh, from Canada, Parksville, Canada. So nice to see you on here. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, my loves, let's go ahead and ground in together. So if you're able to close your eyes, if you can't close your eyes, just breathe with me. Let's close our eyes together. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feel your energy pool in your root chakra. Maybe it'll feel warm or tingly. Or you just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core and take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet and move up your legs and pool again in the root chakra and exhale into your root chakra. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so grateful and so blessed to be coming together, creating this network, this web of spiritual connection and divine love all over this planet. Thank you for helping us connect that much further and that much deeper and open ourselves up to divine spirit, to the message of divine spirit. Help us embody the messages today. Help us take it out into our lives as our lived experience and to inspire and invigorate all who we connect with to step fully into their own highest expression, their own authentic selves. And in this way, gently, lovingly, like a giant tide, raising the frequency of this planet, the consciousness of this planet through our own lived experience and our divine work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So go ahead and I invite you to bring your prayer into this mission. Bring your prayer into this time together. And I would like to take a little time and bring some of those prayers up on screen, and we're going to affirm those prayers together. We're going to drop into our heart and give that prayer, that request, that divine intention a little extra boost and put it out there. Beautiful, Rebecca. Prayers for those who were touched by tornado. Thank you for that. Yeah, let's go ahead and share out divine healing energy for all those who were impacted by the tornadoes. May they be safe, and I feel like I want to say broken open in a way to expand into their next highest expression, their next new life. May they rebuild quickly and effectively and groundedly and be able to move forward with faith and gratitude and love into the next phase of their life. Thank you for that, Rebecca. Beautiful. Beautiful Charlotte. Pray to fully forgive and let go of all mental chatter that no longer serves. That is beautiful, Charlotte. Let's pray for forgiveness, that you are able to open up your heart to make that commitment to fully forgive whatever is attachment is not serving you, to bring your power back into yourself and fully embody the beauty of Charlotte in your heart, to not allow, to not need anymore to throw yourself outside of yourself in the form of resentments or anger or bitterness, to bring it all back into yourself so that you can love yourself more completely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is gorgeous. Hello, beautiful Stella. Praying for positivity, patience, and strength, and for the forgiveness for the recent demise of 2 spiders. Uh-oh. Who may or may not have been messages from Spirit Guide. Well, we go ahead and we pray for patience, positivity, strength, and forgiveness, that you embody these qualities completely and fully in this moment, in this moment, in this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful Yvonne. Hello, gorgeous. Praying for peace and healing for all who are sitting and suffering from any source. That is beautiful. Sending peace, sending healing to you, Yvonne, to all of those who are surrounding us, all of those on this planet in this really challenging time. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful Kim. Hi, gorgeous. So nice to see you on here. Peace in relationships, attract alignment in love, and know my fullness and allowance to bring others with me. Abundant energy to all I touch. This is so you, Kim. You are abundant energy to all you touch. Believe it, own it, love yourself for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I affirm this prayer for you. Oh, yummy, 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 yummy. Oh, that feels so good. All right. If you have prayers that you want to keep putting in, or you think of something later, if you're watching the replay, please leave your comment. All who see this, I check the comments later on, so I'll be affirming every prayer that comes through, and everybody, and you know how we are. We go and we watch a video and we're interested in the video, that we start looking at the comments to see what other people are saying. So you can trust that your prayer will be seen, your prayer will be affirmed, and it will be driven out into this planet in a really powerful way, because this is the new paradigm. This is a new energy, and prayer in this new earth is just particularly conducive. There's so much less noise and stuff in the way of our prayers rushing to their destination and being fully answered. Not always in the way that we think they will. We let go of the attachment, it adds potency to the prayer. Trust in divine spirit to answer that prayer in the way that is totally beneficial, truly the highest good for all. You, them, it, all of it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Deep breath. So I had this, to me, was this brilliant epiphany late last night, laying in bed, drifting off like we do, mind levels coming down. And something popped into my head about courage. You know, in these broadcasts, we talk about fear, moving from fear to love, how important that is. And I want to talk particularly about this aspect, this courage aspect. So I am a person, people have said to me all my life, they've said, Ingrid, you're so courageous. You're so brave. It's a projection is what it is. And it's in my human design chart. There's specific areas in my human design chart where people project power, courage, arrogance, that kind of thing onto me. It's not necessarily true. It can be true, but it's not necessarily true. So all my life, people said, you're so courageous. You have so much bravery, right? Whether that has been true of me or not. But I realized, you know, I have come to understand myself as a courageous person, having a lot of courage. And I realized last night that I'd really begun to buy into the hype of Ingrid and her courage and her bravery. And I realized this when I got this ping from Spirit that said, courage is not inborn, it's learned. Courage is learned, and you can learn it any time. You can learn it anytime. And I was really transported back into my childhood, and Spirit like grabbed hold of my head and showed me like, this isn't something like I bought into this hype, this judgment, this like projection of like, Ingrid, you're so courageous. You're so great. Like it was mine, like I owned it. And Spirit just grabbed hold of my head and just like turned me, right? And I saw how I had learned how to be courageous. The projection of me being courageous and actually learning to be courageous, two very separate things. And I had learned it because I had watched members in my family show up and be so brave in their daily lives. And I had absorbed it and learned how to do it. And when people had projected, oh, you have so much courage, Ingrid, I'd been like, oh, I can. Okay, I know how to do this. And I started to put the pieces together so that I could live up to that expectation, live up to that projection. But Spirit showed me my parents, were and are. One's alive, one's dead. The incredibly courageous people. My father was a Vietnam veteran, and he was out of Vietnam, 20 years before I was born, but it haunted him until the day he died. He suffered from severe PTSD. He had a lot of fear running. And my entire childhood, not my entire childhood, up until he died when I was a preteen, but through my formative years, I watched that man get up every single day and face his demons. He didn't disappear into a bottle, go off on drugs. He didn't win every day, but every day he got up and he faced them, and he faced them with God. He faced them with Spirit. He faced them with courage. My mother is this incredibly, she's brilliant and big and loud and can be abrasive and just all those things. She just speaks and she can come out like daggers. And she's a woman from a generation where women are really expected to mute themselves, calm down and behave themselves. And she never did, in the face of derision and judgment and discomfort. Every day I watch that woman, and she's still alive, and I watch her to this day. Every day she just gets herself, when she gets knocked down for who she is, the essence of her being, I watch her get up and stand tall. She's actually really short, but it's tall for her. She stands up, she stands tall, and she stands up in courage. And she doesn't do it every minute of every day. And my dad didn't do it every minute of every day. And I don't do it every minute of every day. And I was deeply humbled when Spirit showed this to me and pointed this out to me, because I had begun to believe my own hype. I had a whole ego story that was built up around how brave I am, how I don't let fear get the best of me. And it's simply not true. And I was not born this way. And I had a lot of projection. I have a lot of people who make assumptions about my level of bravery and courageousness, but it's not true. It is a choice every day, and it is a learned experience. I happen to be really fortunate that my parents went through an extraordinary amount of shit and had to level up in a way that I can hardly imagine, and face life so courageously every single day, that I was able to learn through osmosis. Okay, I was able to pay attention because I wanted to, and show up and learn how to be courageous. But, Spirit was talking to me further and saying, this can be learned anytime. And you can start this at any time, and it's never too late, and you're not doing anything wrong if were never taught how to be courageous, how to do it anyway, even though the fear is there, how to expand through that fear, how to expand into love. And Spirit said, courage is an act of self-love, but we don't notice what an act of self-love it is, because courage, living a courageous life, is not about the big things. It's not about the big goals. It's not about the big leaps. It's the little tiny daily bite-sized pieces of courage that if you do every single day, it's waking up and feeling depressed and doing what you need to do to get yourself moving and reaching out for help. It's not wanting to make that phone call. It's saying no when you mean no, saying yes when you mean yes, asking for what you want, getting alone time. All of these little acts of courage we underestimate and we underestimate and we overestimate, and we just get so weird about it. And those are the little tiny acts of self-love that end up being huge acts of self-love. That's how we move. One of the ways we move from fear to love every single day is by showing up and doing little acts of courage. And if you can do those little acts of courage every day, just make that choice every day, you're learning, you're building, you're growing, you're moving, you're building that foundation. And then before you know it, you're living this big, courageous life and you don't even know how you got there. And people are commenting on it. People are saying to you, you're so brave. And here's the thing, you are brave, but you had to learn it. And learning it means that you can teach it. And you teach it by your lived experience. And you teach it through patience. And you teach it through love. You teach it through self-love. And you teach it through loving other people. You don't browbeat yourself into being courageous. That takes you down into fear. You don't browbeat others into being courageous. That brings it down to fear. You show up and be courageous. You show up and love yourself like crazy. And then you end up living this courageous life. And here's the thing, that courageous life means that you're showing up and you are integrating and hooking in with your passions. It takes great courage to live your life of passion and purpose. But I didn't start there. I started in a really contracted place doing exactly what was expected of me in my life. I went and I got a professional job as an admin assistant, and I worked my way up, and I was in technology, and I was miserable. And it took a tremendous act of courage to break out of that. But that tremendous act of courage wasn't inborn. It wasn't mine. It was something that I learned and I chose, and I did it over time, had to build up to that. Usually you don't start from a place of fear and have these big breakout acts of courage. It's a build. It's a build. And when it's a build and you're building a foundation with the smaller acts of courage in your everyday life, guess what? You have a really strong foundation for the big stuff. So when you take that leap, you can stay strong and you don't contract back down into fear. Whether this is in your spiritual work, in your spiritual practice, in your professional life, in your relationship, what it is you want to do in this world, what it is you want to experience, you learn and you practice and you love yourself through it. And you're not going to do it 100% of the time. You're not going to do it 100% of the time. And I want to give a shout out to Renee, who Renee Stroud is one of our Bhava babes. And she was something I did a little like quick courage post on my Facebook late last night. And she pointed out this little acts of courage, like the little stuff too. And it was really, when she said that, it was like, boom, kind of the whole message came together. All the pieces came together and created this. Yeah. So this whole template. And it's beautiful. And I felt deeply humbled by this message myself, having realized, and not in a beat myself up kind of a way, that believing the hype. You know, I saw a piece of ego identity that wasn't working for me, that was cutting me off from great acts of love and service and compassion for myself and for others, by believing this hype, like I have courage, so I'm better. It's not true. It's just not true. But I'm not beating myself up for it, because I finally learned that we don't have to do that in our work. If we are making a mistake, right? If we are living out of alignment, or have an ego story running, or have an identity, something that we're believing, it doesn't help. In fact, it's incredibly counterintuitive to start to beat yourself up and feel bad for having lived that experience, or lived that belief, or been seduced by that story. I don't do that anymore, and I don't think you should either. I celebrate it. When spirit grabs hold of me, goes, look over here, and I go, oh, like I now celebrate it, and I love myself for it, and I love myself through it. And if stuff comes up, I love myself through it. So it was a big deal, and I hope that this is impactful for you as well, to know that this is a choice and a learned experience. And if you were not born into an environment where the people around you, your elders, were consistently practicing acts of daily courage, there's nowhere you can learn that. You had nowhere to find that in yourself. And so now you just begin. You just go, oh, I can learn this. I can look to people. I can ask spirit. I can dig in, and I can do little tiny bits, and it will build faster and faster and faster and faster than you think it will. It's going to be incredible. I had another thing come up that I wanted to read to you real quick, and then I'm going to dive into some readings, some channeled messages. But I noticed that the date today is 12/12, and it caught my attention. And so I looked at the angel number for 12/12. And you can't make this shit up. Listen to this. Angel number 12/12. I go to the Joanne Scribes page. I have found that to be the most resonant interpretation of angel numbers. Angel number 1212 is a powerful sign that you are to step out of your comfort zone and take new directions and or begin new projects and ventures that you have been wanting to do for a long time. 1212 encourages us to release our fears and get on with pursuing our passion and purpose. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make it up. Spirit is amazing. So efficient. So gorgeous. My God, this makes me happy. Anyway, tell me how that feels to you. Tell me how this message feels to you. I'm open to bringing on discussion and expanding on this for all of us. Like I said at the beginning of our broadcast, if you were late in joining, Spirit comes through me and it gives it to me in the way that I can best receive it, depending on how out of the way I am and the lens of my perspective. So when you're hearing this, when Spirit drops nuggets inside of you, please share them. Please share them so that you can expand the message for all of us, for me, for you, for all of us. Charlotte has something here. Courage for me lately is doing self-love, meditating at your altar when others in-house don't support or understand your spiritual connection. Absolutely. That is a beautiful example of a seemingly small act of courage. You know, when people don't agree or support what we're doing, it's really hard for us to do it anyway, because we're such tribal creatures. We're like, I want to be accepted. I want to be safe. I want to be like, you know, like you don't want to stand out too much because it feels scary and unsafe. And just something like this, like you say, sitting at your altar and meditating and just going in and letting go, like ignoring what other people might be thinking about you, judgments that might be showing up, snickers, snarks, whatever it is. 100% I affirm this, Charlotte. Yeah, that's a beautiful example of that small daily act of courage, getting up and doing it, showing up with God, even when it's not sort of done, like when other people are not doing it. That's absolutely beautiful. All right, my sweet loves, tell me who would like, I will do 5 channeled messages today for live viewers. So if you're on live and you're feeling called to receive a channeled message, please leave a comment. You can ask a question or you can just get a general message. It's up to you. And I will go ahead and tune in and feel into Spirit and bring forth to you whatever comes through. Okay, Stella would love a spider-free message from Spirit. Boy, that spider really affected you, huh, beautiful Stella? Okay. Stella. So, okay, calling and asking my spirit guide to join us. And I am feeling a lot in the throat, and I'm getting a sense of my spirit guide, and I'm seeing this golden ring around your throat, sweet Stella. And I feel a block in the throat, and I feel the energy wanting to come out, and I just see like this gold sparkles kind of energy, and it feels really yummy, and it feels really mystical, magical, healing, all of that kind of thing. And it's this ring around your throat, and I feel like Spirit and Mons, my guide, is saying, you know, you really are, when you speak your truth, when you speak up, like there's a magic and like the energy I get is like daintiness. Like there's a magical daintiness, like a fairy kind of energy that comes from your expression, from your authentic expression. And it's really wanting to come out, Stella. And I can feel the energy really wanting to move out of my throat. And, you know, I'm going to go back to our topic today, which was about courage and those small acts of courage. You know, you break apart this energy by speaking up, even when you're afraid to do so. And I feel energy in my power center, which is about that, like, you know, feeling confident in yourself. But you really, like, it's like you when you speak, you bring forth these like sparks of divine energy, and they're not fireballs, you know, so they may not be really evident, but they're sparks and sparkles, and you bring this through. And even as I'm talking about this, I can feel the energy moving up, like your awareness of it is moving up out of my throat and wants to come out of my mouth. And that's a gift that you have, Spirit says. And Spirit would like you, Spirit says, the more that you hold that in, the more uncomfortable you are in your body. I can really feel it in my shoulders, this resistance, the shoulders, and I can feel some like physical discomfort in the body. And when we hold in onto our authentic energy, our expression, we're not supposed to do that. Spirit says we're not supposed to hold on to it. It's meant to be shared. We are meant to be shared. We are, the essence of us, our purest essence of us is meant to be shared. And when we don't share that and bring that through, then it hurts. It's not comfortable. Our life isn't good for us. It doesn't feel good. So take that, take what resonates with you and bring forth, try and bring forth more of that. All right, beautiful. All righty. Beautiful Rebecca, general message. Clearing out some energy, recuperating. Okay, I feel a lot of heaviness in the sacral and the roots. Sweet Rebecca, asking my guide to join us. Oh, my honey, I feel like you really, like you're needing, you need to be held. There's stuff going on in your sacral, the womb space, you know, the space with the mother, the feminine energy. And I also feel it in the root. And I get this sort of, this painful experience. I feel like there's grief in there and you're really needing to be held and witnessed. And I get like supporting your lower back. I can feel a hand coming and supporting your lower back and putting the other hand on your belly. There's energy healing that needs to happen. You really need some support. You really need someone. You need another person to show up and support you through moving through the stuck energy in your sacral and in your root, which has to do with grief, I feel. It's just this heaviness, and you're doing fine. Spirit is telling me you're doing amazing. Like you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing incredible, but you could really use that extra support. So let that support come to you. Open up your energy, your aura, and allow that person, like a person to come and support you and hold you. I get just supporting your middle back, putting it on your belly, on your womb space, and just holding you while you really purge this energy and let go of this energy. You can get it out, but you need a witness and you need support. So this is not something you can do on your own. I mean, I guess you could, but you really, really don't need to. Spirit says, allow the energy, allow the support of another human to come in and hold you through this. And I feel tears coming. I feel tears coming already. I feel a relief in this as I'm tuning into this energy for you. So I hope that's what you're feeling. I hope you're feeling that relief. That relief is going to break open and break apart your energy so that you can really allow that support to come into your life, my sweet love. Okay, and beautiful Yvonne. All right, sweetheart. Love to hear anything Spirit has for you. Okay, I feel some energy in the power center, Yvonne. I feel I feel this a lot in the power center coming up. Okay, you've been doing a lot of work in the arena of the power center and building up, and I also feel it in the throat. I'm asking moms to come in and help me out here. Boom, I get like a punching through something. And I feel that in the power center, it's punching through your power center. And what Mons is saying is, what is this? It's about worthiness. It's about, you're gonna bump up against some stories, some beliefs about unworthiness. It's gonna put you in a really small container. And you're just going to have to keep breaking free of that. And as you break free of that, that sense of unworthiness, as it shows up and wants to box you in, like the ego wants to box you in, right? As you find yourself getting boxed in by these stories of unworthiness, you keep breaking through those like you have been. And Spirit is saying that it's getting easier and easier and easier to break through those stories in the box of unworthiness. And I can feel the energy move from the power center into the heart. And that's when you come alive. That's when you show up and spread your heart like you spread wings and show yourself fully to the world and show yourself fully to yourself. Basically, Spirit is saying you're doing it. You're doing so good. You're doing the work. You're just breaking those stories every time they come up. And Spirit says it's going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more, but it's getting easier, isn't it? It's getting easier to break apart those stories. It's getting easier to move out of that, and well freaking done, my love. Well freaking done. Okay, beautiful Kim, open to receive, my love. Let me just, okay, Spirit, let's bring it in for Kim. Oh, Kim, I also feel it in the power center, but I also feel like a hug. I feel like a hug coming. Oh my God, you are stepping into something yummy here. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. Your confidence is growing. Your sense of security in yourself is growing. I can feel it in the root. I can feel it in the power center. Oh my gosh, Spirit says that you are too big for all that. Whatever that means to you, take that where that first thought that came up, you're too big for all that. You can let that go. You're too big for that. You can let that go. You are just growing through it. You're growing through it. And that feels, so good. It's like you're never going to stop growing, and you finally realize this. Like, it's just expansion, growing. You're like, I'm seeing you like a giant. And whenever I see a giant being, what comes to me is angels, angelic. There's an angelic energy. Kim, you're amazing. Kim, you've been doing the work and growing through it in your own beautiful, quirky, lovely, delicious, big, loud, gorgeous way. Keep going, keep doing it. Spirit says, do not be afraid to let things go that are too small for you. You're going to feel it because it's literally going to feel cramped. Okay. It's literally going to feel cramped. You've got to let those things go, because even if something worked for you, like a container, a job, a relationship, if it worked for you, if it doesn't anymore, if it feels cramped, you can let it go, and you don't have to have animosity with it. You can just recognize that it's not an energetic match and bring your attention and your focus elsewhere. All right, sweetheart. Okay. One more. All right. Jeanette. All right, gorgeous. I'd love to hear a message from Spirit. Okay. Do you like my little thing I do? I feel like I'm just disconnecting old energy and just, okay, let's bring my guide in. Hello, Mons. Thank you. Okay, searching, digging, looking, details. I see my guide. I have this vision, my guide, like on the ground, sifting through dirt and sand, looking for things. You're investigative is what I'm getting, Jeanette. You look for the details. You're searching, you're digging, you're looking for the treasure. You're looking for the treasure that everybody else is going to miss because they're just trampling along the beach. I see you on a beach, all right? And I see you digging through the sand and looking for the treasure. You're looking for the pearls. You're looking for the things that are buried under there that most people do not have, that don't take the time, don't have the inclination, don't have the patience to look for. But this effort of yours is going to be worthwhile. You're in a really deep investigative period right now, and I can feel energy in the throat, and that's okay. You just keep doing the digging until you're going to know when it's time to look up, look around. You're going to have a pocket full of some treasures, right? From all of your digging, and you're going to be ready to get up and go on and move on with the next adventure of your life. But right now it's perfectly fine to be sorting through the details, digging in, finding out the information, getting into the treasures of it, digging. You're going to see people walking by you. You're going to see people kind of blowing you off for your process and what you're doing, and pay them no attention whatsoever. You are methodical is what I'm getting, and you are moving in just the right way for you, and you're going to make fast progress when you are ready to stand up and walk. Everybody walk in. This is the visual that I'm getting. You're like on the beach, right? On your hands and knees, sifting through, digging in the sand, looking for treasures, looking for what you need. And people are walking by you, maybe they're kind of looking at you and just going, oh, okay, well, I'm just, I don't have time for that, but you're taking the time because you know it's worthwhile. And when you get up and you start walking along with other people, you're going to have everything you need to live your life on your terms in a way that works for you. And you'll make fast progress. You'll catch up is what Spirit's saying. If you're feeling behind anybody, you're going to catch up. You're doing it just right. All right, beautiful. Okay, there's 5. Yum. Okay, thank you so much for the ability to just tune in and give that to you. And again, like I said earlier, if I didn't choose you to go in and read for it, that's okay. Because listen to the messages. If it resonates with you, if it reverberates in your body, it's for you as well. Spirit has the ability to talk to each of us individually and very personally and powerfully through any avenue. Okay. So if you have found this broadcast helpful, please share it with your friends and family, those who you think would benefit from this message, to be uplifted by this message from Spirit. And thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the Bhava Spiritual Mission. Check out our website, see what we're all about, see what other stuff we have going on. There's new stuff coming, new stuff coming down the line, new programs that we're working on, new ways to connect with each other in a more personal and dynamic way, and step into partnership with Spirit. So again, thank you for your support. I love you so much. And I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Let me know that you'll be there, okay? I love you.